sculpture. I'm almost done. I don't want to put too much into it. I already know what sculpture I want to do next, so I'm kind of racing to finish this. What we have to do is try to work on the head a little bit more, see if I can get the likeness. It's a little difficult, and it's always a little frustrating when you don't get what you want. So that I added the base because you want the sculpture to sit on a table, and there's going to be a lot of weight here. I'm not going to make it this kind of crappy. I'm probably going to make it square. It's a little frustrating. I do have quite a bit of work to do, including the ears. I want to add a little bit more detail in the back, and I want to curve this torso slightly down so you don't see these ribs here. We have quite a bit of work that we've done and need to do. I am rounding this a little bit more. His face is a lot fuller than I have it, and I had it a little bit too chiseled. It's almost like painting with clay. You don't want to be too perfect. I think sometimes the rougher sculptures look a little bit better, as if like an artist did it instead of a machine. What I like about this is that if you want to make something very round, you push in pretty hard and you get rid of that lumpiness. Imperfections. The occipital bone is right here. There's a little meaty part. You can feel it on your head. So at this point, guys, I'm taking the back of my tool and trying to create the landmarks where the bones are. I take the back of the tool and I burnish the bones a little bit so it creates a different texture when it's fired. But I'm also using my small tool to create some lines in the face because you don't want it to be overly soft. I think that's kind of one of the things I don't like about sculptures, is when everything is like just at the same roundness as everything else. But at this point, the sculpture is fairly hard. It's been drying, I haven't been covering it. So the lines I make almost look like it's a stone sculpture. So in a way, you're carving in, adding lines, adding a few textures, rounding things. The base at this point, I added a little bit more clay, but I want to straighten it out because I don't want it to be all lumpy. I could make it perfect, but this is not a commission from anybody, so I am just roughing it out. And I kind of like the textures that I add with my tools in there. Well, artists, I hope you liked this sculpture video. I have many more to come. The next project I'm going to do is going to be a self-portrait, so stay tuned for that. I'm not really sure if I'm going to do a full-size self-portrait or a half-size because I'm running out of clay. And these full-size sculptures take so much clay and so much time that I might make it a little bit smaller. But then again, I might not. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.